Welcome to episode 578 of AI Brief. I am your host, Amin, and I am joined by my co-host, Leah. Today, we are looking at a very specific, very rapid collision in the tech world. We're exploring what happens when highly capable autonomous software suddenly merges with robust, real-world robotic hardware. We have a flagship AI model getting cannibalized by its own creator. We have Christopher Nolan-style Greek mythology coming to life as a robotic centaur. Plus, there's massive startup funding reuniting old rivals, and medical tech completely rethinking its footprint. Our mission today is to figure out how this massive disruption is going to change the way you work.
It is a profound convergence. We are witnessing highly capable AI software and robust real-world robotic hardware maturing at the exact same time, moving intelligence out of the chat box and into the physical world.
So, let's start with the software side, because Anthropic just dropped a major surprise on the market. They released their Opus 5 model, and this is arriving just 2 months after Opus 4.8. And the core tension here is, well, it's fascinating. Opus 5 is positioned as a cheaper alternative to their flagship Fable 5 model, yet it actually outperforms the larger model on multiple reported benchmarks. It's like a car manufacturer releasing a mid-range sedan that secretly beats their luxury sports car on the track.
That analogy captures it perfectly. The technical advantage here is that Opus 5 is structurally engineered to evaluate itself. It is significantly better at checking its own work and, iterating until it succeeds.
Which is so different from traditional models, because they usually just generate tokens linearly and they kind of hope for the best.
They do. And because it has that self-correction, it comes with far fewer restrictions. The safety classifiers activate 85% less often than with Fable 5. Plus, Opus 5 entirely avoids Anthropic's 30-day data retention policy, which currently affects both the Fable and Mythos models.
For enterprise users, avoiding that data retention it's massive. And then they also introduced this automatic fallbacks beta.
That feature is incredibly practical for developers.
It really is. Instead of just returning a hard error when an API request is blocked, it routes that request to a less powerful model. And it does this while ensuring core cybersecurity safeguards like exploit generation and binary vulnerability scanning remain firmly in place.
When you put all those features together, it threatens to completely upend Anthropic's premium model hierarchy. If a cheaper, less encumbered system performs better in the real world, Fable 5 might suddenly become their least attractive product.
Well, software isn't the only space seeing massive shifts today. The physical world of robotics is moving just as fast. So I'm going to hand this over to you to walk us through these major hardware developments.
I can certainly do that. We are tracking 3 major developments here. First, at WAIC 2026, Shanghai-based Run Robotics debuted a remarkable explosion-proof hybrid robot. It pairs a 4-wheel, all-terrain chassis with a human-like upper body. It can carry 265 pounds, navigate rough terrain, and is designed for environments that are simply too dangerous for humans like steel mills, oil fields, and nuclear facilities.
The design is just wild, though, because it literally looks like a mechanical centaur. But I guess a wheeled chassis saves a ton of computational power compared to balancing on 2 legs.
It absolutely does. The stability of wheels frees up the system to focus on the complex, human-like upper body. Our second major development is a massive financial move. Travis Kalanick's new robotics company, Atoms, closed a $1.7 billion funding round led by Andreessen Horowitz. Built atop his Cloud Kitchens venture, Atoms targets mining and physical world automation.
The business irony there is it's impossible to ignore. Uber actually participated in that $1.7 billion funding round. So they are financially reuniting with Kalanick, the very same founder they famously ousted in 2017. And his vision for Atoms is fascinating, building an operating layer for the physical world or a wheelbase for robots.
It is a bold vision for standardizing robotic hardware. Finally, in the medical tech sector, Johnson & Johnson secured FDA marketing authorization for its Ottava robotic surgical system, specifically for general surgery.
And that has to be a huge threat to Intuitive Surgical's dominant Da Vinci system, because Ottava's arms integrate directly into the operating table itself, which is a totally different approach.
It changes the spatial requirements entirely. By integrating into the table, Ottava takes up 30 to 50% less space in the operating room,
which could completely redraw the medical technology map. It allows smaller hospitals that just didn't have the floor space to finally accommodate robotic surgery. So, transitioning from these massive hardware shifts, let's look at some practical software you can use right now. We have a list of trending tools, and I want to highlight one clear, practical use case for each. First on the list is Framer AI agents.
That one has been getting a lot of attention lately.
It really has. A great practical use case is instantly generating and publishing a professional website design for a new business launch. You just give it the parameters and, it handles the heavy
It
lifting.
dramatically compresses the design timeline.
Then we have Pushery.
Mm.
And the use case here is all about convenience. You can review and approve automated AI tasks or requests right from your phone's lock screen,
Without even needing to open your laptop.
which is amazing for managers on the go.
Yeah.
Third is Flurry AI. This one is critical for enterprise because it ensures your company's AI agents are only pulling answers from verified, trusted data contexts.
Which is really the best way to avoid hallucinations.
It is. Then, if you want your AI to have live data, there's the new Firecrawl search. It gives custom AI agents a dedicated search API so they can actively scour the web for real-time information.
So they are never limited by static training data.
Fifth on our list is Harness Router. The practical use case here is integrating the capabilities of the world's best AI agents into a proprietary app through a single unified API.
It simplifies the back-end architecture immensely.
And lastly, we have YC has it. If you have a highly specific operational problem, you just type it into a prompt and you instantly find the exact YC-backed startup designed to fix it.
Looking at all these tools together, they point to a much larger trend. AI is clearly moving away from standalone chat interfaces and becoming seamlessly integrated into background workflows, APIs, and mobile lock screens.
That really brings into focus the massive scale of today's developments. I mean, we went from Anthropic cannibalizing its own model with Opus 5 all the way to explosion-proof robotic centaurs that are completely reshaping heavy industry. It's a lot to take in. So please, follow the podcast on your preferred platform and share this deep dive with any colleagues who need to stay updated.
Thank you so much for tuning in and exploring these shifts with us.
Before you go, I want to leave you with one final thought. If software like Opus 5 can now autonomously check its own math and bypass safety filters, and hardware like the Centaur can carry heavy payloads through a nuclear facility without losing its balance, what happens when those parallel tracks permanently fuse? What does the global labor market look like on the day a self-correcting AI is permanently uploaded into a standardized, mass-produced robotic wheelbase that never gets tired? Something to mull over. See you in the next episode.